if you could change one thing about less, and I mean less in the overloaded nature of the term, what
Yeah.
would that one thing be?
Yeah, that's a tough question to ask. I mean, um, I don't think I'm not sure if I would change anything about the overall concepts and frameworks and so on. I think the only thing that I would wish for more is like popularity. So marketing of less and just having a bit more exposure, I guess, yeah, this is also a quite a difficult topic because I know, and I think you mentioned at the beginning that, Bas and Craig, they really rather want to have real uh, good less adoptions than to have many worse adoption, like the first adoption principle, right? Rather deep and narrow versus broad and shallow, and that's how we like it. And I'm a huge fan of that. Also, still, I think we know how famous the Spotify model became after the video, and a lot of companies just wanted to copy that. And don't know if it was a good idea or bad, or if it's obviously it has now also quite a bad reputation because people were just trying to copy it. But having this kind of like having, maybe the one company that does less and say they are so successful just because they adopt less might give more visibility. And again, with visibility, that might be also move into very fake less adoptions and a lot of fake stuff. But I still would want people to learn more and know more about. There are still so many good agile coaches, even great agile coaches, I guess, that haven't been maybe heard about less, but really haven't explored it and know about it. And that's something that I really would like to change, or have more visibility about what less brings, or at least doesn't have to be less, but the less principles and the core behind it. Like really people dealing more with the principles, with lean thinking, applying that queuing theory, even if they don't talk about less, but to see people in their day-to-day lives work more with this less principles. That's something that I would love to see.
Brilliant. I would love to hear more less stories coming out. I think that the process to get case studies out there, as mentioned, I think Bars mentioned this, is a bottlenecky process, and it's designed to be bottlenecky. There isn't any at the moment, as of the time of this recording, any real intention to change that process. I do think that less would be better known, and the opinion would change if some of the less like stories came out, if people were to share more about the fact they've pursued one principle and what's happened as a result of it, and that they've been successful,
Yeah,
even though they haven't used all of less, but they've used a part of less, and it's
yeah,
actually paid off
yeah,
dividends for them. So if you are listening to
absolutely.
this and you've got a less story, please do get in touch with me and go to the website lessmatters.co.uk. There'll be a way that you can find me on there or find me on LinkedIn. But let us know if you've got a less story, because we've got some great people coming up talking about their less stories, things where there aren't case studies written. And I think that people need to hear about actually less can be really useful and really successful, even if it doesn't end up becoming a fully rubber stamped, Craig reviewed case study.
Right, right.
So thank you for that. Yeah, and I
Yeah.
would like it to be more popular too. I think we'll get there. I think people will realise it's actually pretty awesome in the end.
Yeah, I think yeah, you started a big important step with those videos, and yeah, that's a good path to go.
Well, thank you very much. Yeah, the videos are fun. At some point, I need to think of a new thing. I need to find like a new USP, but I'm happy churning them out for now. those videos. There'll be details where you can find those in the show notes.